Happy Single Sundays, everyone. We're asking the question, how do you deal with and combat loneliness? I pray that these sessions will bless you and be a strength and encouragement to you as you hear from others about how they deal with and combat loneliness and how God has trained them to overcome the different challenges and perspectives of loneliness. Let's take a listen. May you be blessed.
Happy Single Sundays, my dear sisters and brothers. Listen, the question has been asked to each of us. What do we do when we feel loneliness, when we feel lonely? I first want to say that loneliness is a very uncomfortable feeling. And I know that each of us have our own stories behind times when we felt lonely. But thanks be to God that we can come together and we can give gems and tips on what helps us out of those pits, I would say. And so for me, I've learned how to press into the spirit and remember whose I am, because ultimately, we're never alone. God is always with us. He tells us that he will never leave us, neither will he forsake us. We can go and make our bed in hell. He is there. He is with us. Okay, so he's our creator. And so those feelings will come whether you're in a relationship with someone, whether that's marriage or, you're courting, you're married and you have children, you're surrounded by lots of friends and families, you live in New York. It doesn't matter. Like, you could feel the feeling of loneliness, but what do you do in those moments? My encouragement to you all today is to let God in a way that really shows you that you're never really alone. He's not intimidated by the questions that you have. In fact, he wants to know what's on your heart. And thanks be to God for the type of God that we serve. He asks us, he invites us, he tells us rather, to invite us to cast all of our cares at his feet. Thank you, Jesus. Because anything that I'm worried about, anything I have fear about, which he's not giving us the spirit of fear, he asks us to give it to him. And I promise you, he's done some things that probably would sound crazy to some people in ways that he showed up, ways that I've experienced him because I invited him in. So my encouragement to you all today is to invite the Lord in and to press in the spirit and to know that you are not alone. And if God be for you, who can be against you? It's not going to always be like this. And when you invite him in, tell him, God, you can blow my mind. And you know what he going to say? He going to say, I'm about to do it. Yes. Let him in, let him in, let him in. Remember whose you are. And not only will you have strength to keep running the race or strength for the journey, you won't feel lonely. You will better know who is with you. And if God be for you, nobody can be against you. Not loneliness, not depression, not anxiety. It might be it might try, but it won't prosper. I love you all, and God bless.